What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Plays here, and today I'm going to be doing my first NBA mock draft. The draft is only 5 days away now, and every team who did horrible this year finally has something to look forward to. This is the brief moment of happiness that NBA fans who follow these rebuilding teams get, so now I'm going to be taking the reins as GM and making each selection to make sure these teams don't mess up their future. And I'm telling you guys, this will be the best mock draft you have ever seen. I put so much time and effort into this, looked at every single ranking, and I'm telling you it's going to be amazing. So with that said, let's hop right into it. Pelicans somehow got the first pick in the NBA draft and now can use this to get their franchise building block, Zion Williamson. It shouldn't come as a surprise that Zion is the first overall pick, and he will be come June 20th. He dominated college basketball and put up numbers we have never seen before in college basketball as well. This man had a 40.8 PER, scored 22.6 points, and unanimously won National Player of the Year. Not only are the Pelicans getting their best player, they are getting their best person and leader who will set the tone for the franchise for years to come. The Pelicans still have Anthony Davis, who will give them plenty of talent to surround Zion, so everyone should watch out for the Pelicans in a few years. The Memphis Grizzlies have been blessed with the opportunity to take Moran with the second overall pick. Moran was absolutely deadly playing for Murray State, averaging 25 points and 10 assists. Many people think that this was only the case because they were playing awful opponents, but when the NCAA tournament came around, he was lights out and averaged a triple-double. This shows he can dominate against all college players, and it should stay the same for the rest of the NBA. He fits with the Grizzlies incredibly because he can create open shots for Jaren Jackson Jr., their other young building block. This duo will be something else in the future and should help the Grizzlies get back into playoff contention much sooner than anticipated. The New York Knicks have been rumored to do so many different trades with their draft pick. However, they should stay put and take RJ Barrett with the third pick. The first 3 picks honestly should not come as a surprise, since the top 3 players are significantly better than the rest of the prospects. RJ could easily be the best player coming out of this draft class 3 years from now. His game by far translates to the NBA better than everyone else and should benefit from more floor spacing in the NBA. RJ has shown us what he can do when Zion was out, as he carried Duke and had multiple triple-doubles while being extremely efficient. RJ has been playing high-level basketball all his life on Team Canada, so he will be more prepared than anyone else for the NBA. RJ Barrett even wants to come to the Knicks and said it's the place that he wants to be. Also, look what Zion said about RJ Barrett right here.
What do you think about the idea of playing for the Knicks? Zion.
I think this is RJ's team. RJ, do you want to play for the Knicks? RJ, do you want to play for the Knicks?
If the Knicks don't take RJ Barrett, I will be shocked, and to be completely honest, I'll probably cry. Trade alert! The Pelicans trade the 4th pick in Josh Hart to the Wizards for Bradley Beal. The Pelicans have been looking to trade the 4th pick for an all-star, and getting Bradley Beal will help them compete for the playoffs immediately. The Wizards should start the rebuild, and trading Bradley Beal for a young player and a draft pick would be a great start. With the 4th overall pick, the Wizards need any young talent they can get, so it only makes sense they get a new point guard, Darius Garland. John Wall is on an atrocious contract coming off 2 significant injuries and cannot shoot in this new NBA era. The Wizards have tried to trade John Wall before, once to the Heat, and I know once the team has some interest in him, the Wizards will pull the trigger immediately. Garland is the best shooter in the draft and shot the 3-ball at over 40% in college before he got injured. If he didn't get injured, he would definitely be in the conversation for a top 3 pick, so the Wizards who are beginning their rebuild will have their point guard position set for the future. Trade alert! Cavs are in a spot where they need all the talent that they can get, so I actually have them making a trade with the Hawks for the 8th and 10th picks, and in return Cleveland gives them the 5th overall pick. The Hawks have had their eyes on Jarrett Culver for a long time now, and there have been many rumors that have come out saying that the Hawks are going to trade up in the draft to get Jarrett Culver. He is the perfect two-way player who will be able to guard the best player on the court and let Trae Young focus on the offensive side of the ball. Culver can do a bit of everything, which is what the Hawks are looking for to surround Trae Young and John Collins, so this fit is perfect. The Suns currently are in desperate need of a point guard. They shouldn't reach for someone like Kobe White, so instead, I have another trade! I have the Suns trading the 6th overall pick in Tyler Johnson to the Grizzlies for Mike Conley and 2 future second-round picks. The Suns get rid of Tyler Johnson's contract and get a top 10 NBA point guard still under contract for 2 years. The Suns will finally be able to compete for a playoff spot with this trade. We'll finally have a complete roster for the first time in a long time. The Grizzlies get the 6th overall pick in the draft where they take Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish has so much talent but disappeared at Duke. Cam has great shot mechanics, and with a 7'1" wingspan, he has the potential to be a dominant defender. The main issue with Cam is he was extremely inefficient at college and showed only brief glimpses of what he could be in the NBA. However, if anyone can get Cam to reach his full potential, it would definitely be Moran, who even made the scrubs at Murray State look half decent. The Chicago Bulls select Deandre Hunter with the 7th overall pick. The Bulls are a team who recently came out and said that everyone except Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. are available in trade, so their main positions of need are point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. Lucky for them, Deandre Hunter fits one of their positions of need at small forward. He's one of the most NBA-ready prospects and will be one of the best defenders in the NBA right from the start. He shoots at very high percentages from 3 and mid-range. In worst case scenario, he is a Jonathan Isaac type player. In best case scenario, he has potential to be a Kawhi Leonard-esque player if he develops an offensive game. The Bulls could easily be in playoff contention this season, and Deandre Hunter will give them a significant chance to put them over the edge. In the trade with the Hawks, the Cavs get the 8th pick, where I have them taking Sekou Doumbouya. The Cavs are in absolutely no rush to get good again and are ready to take this rebuild one step at a time. Being so young, Sekou has all the physical tools needed to become a power forward, but he needs to work on his basketball skills to have the chance to become an elite player. The Cavs have the time to develop Sekou and hopefully hit gold on him. Also to add, learning from Kevin Love will definitely help Sekou excel. The Wizards recently took Darius Garland, and now with the 9th pick they select Coby White. The Wizards are in absolutely no place to compete, and they are in a spot where they need to get the best player available. Coby White plays extremely fast and excels at the pick and roll game. He honestly has potential to be one of the best pick and roll players in the entire NBA, or the biggest turnover machine in the NBA. Coby White's pick and roll game, along with Darius Garland's 3-point shooting, will create one of the deadliest rookie backcourts in NBA history. After the Cavs selected Sekou earlier in the draft, they should take another chance on one of the most high-risk, high-reward players in the entire draft, Bol Bol. Bol Bol was hurt for most of the season, but in the small sample size he had, he was averaging 21 points and 10 rebounds. He is a clear top 5 talent in the NBA draft, but injuries with people over 7 foot seem to never go away. If Bol Bol can somehow stay healthy and puts on more weight, he can easily be on the same level as Kristaps Porzingis and Lauri Markkanen. I have the Timberwolves filling one of their biggest holes on their team at power forward as they take Rui Hachimura out of Gonzaga. The Wolves are not in a position to rebuild and need players who can help them win sooner rather than later. Rui is 6'9", extremely athletic, has a good NBA body, and can hit open shots. He will help the Timberwolves fill a massive hole at power forward and be a great piece next to Cat. Trade alert! We have another trade where the Hornets send their 12th overall pick Marvin Williams and Cody Zeller in return for Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs need to trade everyone that will help them win to get a better draft pick for next year and get all the young players to use in their rebuild. Kemba is willing to take less money in free agency, and the Hornets need to get good players surrounding him so they don't waste Kemba's prime. Kevin Love will for sure get them in the playoffs next year in the East, so the Hornets need to make it happen. With the 12th pick in the NBA draft, the Cavs select Nasir Little out of North Carolina. Nasir Little is one of the most athletic players in this draft and was projected in the top 3 to start the year, but fell off because of his play at North Carolina. He has the potential to be an explosive dunker and give his team the energy they need during droughts, similar to Montrezl Harrell. His nickname in college was Zion Stopper, so this is a power move by the Cavs to predict Zion Williamson's success and counter it. The Miami Heat select Brandon Clark with the 13th overall pick. The Heat desperately need an upgrade at power forward, and Brandon Clark gives them the defensive-minded forward to add to their roster. He is great at dunking and tip-ins, so the combination between him and Hassan Whiteside would be crazy. The Celtics have the final pick in the lottery and select Jackson Hayes out of Texas. Jackson Hayes is an elite athlete with incredible leaping abilities to block shots from everywhere on the court. He reminds me of Mitchell Robinson with his shot blocking ability and athleticism. The Celtics could use a center so Al Horford, if he stays, can play power forward, and the defensive combination between Al and Jackson would be incredible. Now that the lottery is complete, here are all of the selections for the picks 15 to 30. I don't really want to go too in depth for all of them, so I'm going to pick out the most important ones because this video would be too long if I went through everything. Detroit takes Tyler Herro. He's a shooting guard out of Kentucky, and right now the Pistons really need any type of shooting or guard play they can get because Luke Kennard is clearly not the option, so Tyler Herro can step right in and shoot his mind out. Goga Bitadze, he has a great offensive game, and going to Atlanta, that's honestly one of the best positions because I could imagine the pick and pop game with Trae Young because he can shoot threes incredibly and roll to the rim. So Trae Young will either get a wide open 3 or Goga will get a wide open 3. That could be deadly. With the 19th pick, the San Antonio Spurs take Kelton Johnson, and the Spurs kind of need a small forward right now, and Pop can develop him into a top tier defender, and if he can get his defense under attack, that's going to be special. With the 20th pick, Boston actually trades it to Phoenix, and they get Josh Jackson in return, and the Suns take KZ Okpala. The Suns also need a power forward, and he could develop into their future power forward. With the 24th pick up, the 76ers taking Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's a shooting guard at Virginia Tech. The 76ers need a shooting guard since JJ Redick is probably going to be gone in free agency and I really don't see them re-signing him. So Nickeil is really a great three-point shooter and has great size, so he's going to be a good defender at the next level and will be able to shoot not as well as JJ Redick, but he can fill his role. With the last pick I'm going to go over, Golden State takes Luka Samanic, who overperformed at the NBA Combine and is a dead-eye three-point shooter. And his play at the Combine probably is going to make him go higher in the draft, but it's really hard to tell because he's from Croatia and the international players sometimes get overlooked or they get taken way higher. So it'll be weird to see where he goes. But if he goes to the Warriors, that's going to be actually pretty bad for the rest of the NBA if they keep Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry. Like, he's literally just going to get wide open three-point shots. And with that said, the NBA mock draft of 2019 has been complete. And I believe that this mock draft is the best mock draft out there. And if any of the GMs are watching, take my pick for your pick. Or if any of you GMs saw the trades that happened, make those trades. Those will help your franchise. I'm telling you. Tell me what you guys thought of my mock draft. I thought it was pretty good. Tell me what you guys think. If any players should go higher or lower. And yeah, with that said, I'm out and peace.